everybody. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi. Peace and love. Hi. Hi, Yaya. Hello. What's up? What's up? How you doing? How you feeling? Blessings. Hi, Jose. Aburugoye Boshisha Boato. Hi. Hey. Peace and blessings. Mwah. Hello. How are you? Alafia. Alafia. Hey. Oh, yes, the heart. Yes. I wonder, does it say love or does it just backwards when you see it? On my shirt. Hey. Alrighty. So we'll be starting in just a moment. Hi, Gerald. Peace and love. Oh, Gerard. Hi, Watson. Peace and blessings. Where are y'all at? Are y'all in New York? Are y'all in California? Where are y'all from? Peace and love to everybody. Peace and love. Harlem in the house. What's up, New York? What's up, New York? Harlem is in the house. Hi, Kendall. How are you doing? Peace and love to you. Alrighty. Peace, love, happiness to everyone. Peace and love. Greetings, greetings, Key. How you doing? Peace and love. It's good that y'all are here. Welcome. My name is Ifashiwafa Twing, and today I will be doing at Brooklyn. What's up? Carroll Street Nostrand. Carroll Street Nostrand in Brooklyn. Over by the Eastern Parkway. Yes, also grew up there. I also lived in New Jersey as well by the shore. Greetings, greetings. So today we're going to be talking about how confrontation can bring peace. How confrontation can bring peace. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And of course, we're going to start off with prayer. So the first thing we're going to do is prayer. Okay, here we go. Just relax your body for a moment. Relax your shoulders. Some of you have had a long week, so relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Take another deep breath. Let out whatever sound you need. Another deep breath. Let it out. All right, here we go. Clear your head. Mojuba Lodamare. Mojuba Ori. Mojuba to our mother and our father. Mojuba to Orumile. Mojuba to Orisha. Mojuba to Egungun. Mojuba to Oluo. Mojuba to Ajibona. Mojuba to Baba Ifa and Iya Ifa.
Majubato Luaye, Majubato Arbaye, Majubato Kodashe, Aye, Majubata Sheda Aye, Majubata Ojibone Aye, Majubata Ianifa Aye, Majubata Ialode Aye, Majubata Babala Aye, Majubata all the Olorisha Aye, Majubata all of our family, our friends, everyone that is helping us in our day to day, and also that come to us just to give us a divine message so we can move forward. I pray that Ifa take away early death, take away sickness, dis-ease, take away loss, take away contention, take away negative relationships, take away lack of proper information, take away sadness, take away depression, take away loneliness, take away fights, take away bitterness, take away lack of confidence, take away lack of confidence. I pray that we have all the good things in life. We're so grateful for the lessons in our transformation to manifest and erase now. We're so grateful for and giving thanks. We ask for forgiveness for everything that we have done knowingly and unknowingly that was negative, from ourselves, from our mother's side, from our father's side. And we request, Ifa, that you bring peace of mind, that you bring happiness in our soul, that you bring prosperity and alignment with our gifts and our passions and our mission in life. I pray that we have healthy relationships, family relationships, business relationships, friend relationships, elay relationships, temple relationships, that they are healthy, that they are growing, that they are bonding us together, that we are listening to each other, to be able to move forward and be able to hear what is underneath what somebody is saying, what somebody is doing. I pray that we have clarity in our ori, in our head. May we be able to express and share the best of ourselves, the best of those of us that have been fully initiated, that we express our Odu in its growth, in its maturity, and in its light. I pray that, Eshu, that you send these prayers to heaven so we are able to progress peacefully, lovingly, and in generosity. Ashe. Hi, Patterson. Hi, Roland. Hi, Iya, Jajela. Hi, peace and love to everyone. I want to say peace and love to everybody. I thank you. I love you. And we are going to get right into it today. Today, we're really going to get into it. So today is about confrontation, not being in confrontation. So, and I'm going to be also, so y'all can get your books out, I am going to be speaking from Omoluwabi. I'm going to be speaking from Omoluwabi. So you're able to follow along, so you're able to reread the Odu, so you're able to do all of those things. As you can see, my book is just falling apart. I'm just using Chief Salakbade's Popola's book so much, because it also has a brief explanation of what the Odu means underneath it, which helps very, very much. So I'm going to be going over today. In my book, it's on page 32 in the Omoluwabi book. It's going to be on page 32. We're going to be going over Ogunda Irete. Ogunda Irete. The first sentence, so you can find it a little bit more easier, because I noticed that mine starts in Yoruba on the page before and then ends in English on the next following page. So mine is on page 32, Ogunda Irete, and the first sentence is, the face of a liar is full of confrontation and determination. So that's what we're going to be going over today. So let me tell you how this came about. Hi, peace and love. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Cynthia. So let me tell you how this came about confrontation. So I had a confrontation with someone, and it was very short and very brief, and it was very short, very brief. It was very quick, but then I learned something from it.
So I wanted to, hi Phoenix Rise, and I wanted to be able to share, you know, part of the experience and how, and the reason why I put confrontation, how it can bring you to peace, is because confrontation can bring you to literally to peace, but to peace of mind, but it can also bring you to rethink and reflect on what you're doing, how you're doing things, and those types of things. So I had a little confrontation, and then while the person was just going at it, just saying what they needed to say in a bit of an aggressive way, I stopped. And then I just listened. Instead of me trying to prove my point. And I realized that, hi Shantae, I realized that what the person was saying, I just really just needed to listen to what was underneath what they were saying. I just really needed to stop, let them get out what they needed to get out, and not try to prove a point. And that brought me peace, because I realized in the confrontation that there was nothing for me to prove. And it gave that person space to feel safe enough to be able to say what they needed to say and then let it go and not have it linger. And I found that very important, right? But during the confrontation, I realized that that person lied. And when that person said the lie, I wanted to just go at that person like, well, you da 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 da. And then I realized to just flip it. Just first be quiet and then flip it and ask them why they're saying what they're saying. And then I realized that underneath what they were saying was pain and a need that was not being met. So that's why I wanted to do today about how confrontation can bring about a peace if you listen. So I realized that with it, that it created growth. It taught me how to be quiet when people are speaking. I do my best to try and listen. Do I have difficulty with that sometimes? Yes, I do. However, I do my best to try to listen. And I'm learning how to listen to a person's concerns, you know? So those were the things that brought about me doing something on confrontation today. And we're going to go over the Odu, Ogunda Irete, that's talking about not to lie, to tell the truth, and just about confrontation, because sometimes in a confrontation, the person could be so determined to say what they have to say, the whole lesson, y'all, just goes right on by. It just skips right on by. Hi, S. Davis. That lesson just goes right on by because the person is so determined, you must see my side now. And it's not necessarily the answers are really not going to be heard maybe at that particular moment. Sometimes you have to be really patient to be able to let things unfold on Olodumari's time. You know? So what also brought about this particular message about confrontation was that I was watching a video and it was talking about confrontation, and this person said that they were called to peace. They had a calling to peace, and that struck my heart. That really struck my heart. And I've been hearing that lately on different videos, YouTube videos and things like that, people being called, their calling is peace, you know? So what I do want to also say is that a confrontation is a hostile or argumentative meeting or situation. Hi, Cam. You know, it's a it's a hostile argument, meeting, consultation. There's confrontation. There's something that's going on in that particular situation for that confrontation to happen, right? That person wants to confront, wants to come up in front of that person and say what they want to say and be heard, right? So one of the things that I'm also realizing is that the person, like some of the people like that I see that are having confrontations, they're in Ifa. And one of the main things that I'm realizing is that either people don't have the support to understand Odus, they don't know how to research Odus, or they just don't have maybe a temple or an elay that they're in that they're able to study Odus. Now, I'm going to go over this Odu because in Chief's book, this man wrote this thick book, Chief Salagbade Popola. It has over 400 pages. And what's so good about the Omoluwabi book is the fact that underneath the Odu, he has it in Yoruba, he has it in English. I believe this book also comes in Spanish. But underneath it, it tells you a bit about the Odu you just read. And in Ifa, it is very, very important to be able to understand Odu. So if somebody ever told you, don't read Odus, that's out the door. That's Ifa is based on these Odus, right? So reading Odus and things like that, it's like somebody telling you, I know this is lame, y'all, but it's like telling you not to read the Bible, but believe in Jesus. Or don't read the Bible and I'm just going to tell you about Paul and you just got to take my word for it. When we ourselves are Odus. Hi, Ron Trent. Much love to you. Love your house music. You are number one, the man. Okay, so, so reading Odus, understanding Odus, that's why I like the Omoluwabi book, is because, hi, Herb Brooks, that it is explaining what the Odu is, but it's specifically telling you about the character trait. And for people who are saying they cannot read Odus or they don't understand Odus, this is a good book to get because it has an explanation. It's also that we are Odus. When people get initiated in Ifa, you do not get a title. You don't become an Ian Ifa or Iya Lode or a Babalao or an Aluo or Ajibona right away, right? The master of ceremonies, all of that different stuff. You don't get that right away, right? That takes time to be able to literally earn that type of title. The reason when people are getting initiated in Ifa, they're finding out which one of the 256 Odus are they. No different, like I said before in a different video, it's like a zodiac sign. If you know what your zodiac sign is, it gives you information about your life. It's just that in Ifa, when you find out what Odu you are, it goes deep. And it tells you a lot about your character traits. I want to tell you up front, it's not just going to tell you the pretty. It's going to tell you the positive and the negative. It may say, you're going to have a happy life, but you got to be careful of jealousy. You're going to have a great wealth, but you got to be patient. And those may be character attributes that you have to work on. So if somebody says to me, you shouldn't read Odus, then I shouldn't be reading people. I shouldn't be looking at people and reading their aura or something, Hi, Day Austin. Love all the work that you do. So I think it's really important for us to be able to find a mentor or a person that knows Odu very well and to be able to start to train us on first our own Odu, but then Odus. Now, some people can read an Odu and they really love it. I tell them that's the Odu you should memorize because it's going to be easy for you to memorize. So because some people get into, oh my goodness, how am I going to memorize all these stanzas from the Odus? If you come across one that you really love, memorize it. And you do not have to be fully initiated. You don't have to have one bead. Not one bead. to memorize an Odu that soothes your heart, something that you can use, or something that means something, right? The one that I normally say is, Ofu Mediepa, please come help me organize my life, right? So even sometimes a piece of an Odu can really bring peace to your soul and really let you know that if you're in a confrontation, if you're in a fight with somebody else or yourself, you're able to settle it down, right? It's really, really important. So also in this, for getting confrontation, that whole statement of, I have a calling for peace is really what brought this on. So the philosophy of Ifa, the understanding and understanding of the Odu is key, right? So first we're going to go over the Odu. So I gave y'all some time to find it in your Omoluwabi book. It's on my page 32. If it's on a different page in your Omoluwabi book, please type that in the chat, and then other people will be able to find it. It is Ogunda Irete. Hi, peace and love. Mwah. Okay, so in Ogunda Irete, this is what it says. And just so you know, the AKA name for Ogunda Irete is Ogun Daketi. Ogun Daketi. Okay? So in this Odu, it says, the face of a liar is full of confrontation and determination. The mouth of a talebearer is strong and convincing. The truthful person is endowed with peace and comfort. I speak the truth, and I have peace and comfort. The person who maintains a confrontational stance will find it difficult to lie against another person with an equal confrontational stance. These were the declarations for Ogun when wearing a hat with the brim and performing rites for the Iyalode on the main road. He was advised to offer a bow. He complied. Before long, not too far, join us in the midst of all Ire. In the above Odu, Ifa says that a liar will never know peace. On the other hand, a truthful person will be endowed with peace of mind and comfort. A truthful person has no reason to be apprehensive. The only way one can never make a mistake on any matter is by speaking the truth at all times. That at all times can be difficult, right? I don't know about in Nigeria, but in America, it can be pretty difficult, right? We are raised with lullabies that are lies. We see all these cartoons and animations. We're telling children about Santa Claus, some fat guy coming down some chimney. About leprechauns and not really realizing why we even have that story. People trying to get out of their job on a day that they know that they don't want to ask for. They just want to get out that day, because either pressure or they just feel that I need a day. And instead of just being able to ask for that day, they lie about it. All different types of things that happen, with lying in America. So I really pray that soon people will not be able to lie and just feel comfortable in their own skin and really just be able to express whatever it is that they're going through at that time. So in this Odu, when it's talking about the face of a liar is full of confrontation and determination, right? They need that lie to work. It has to work. If that lie doesn't work, it's going to be a problem. But I'm realizing, even what I was saying earlier, is that sometimes people become confrontational or lie or things like that because they're afraid of the pain. They have fear behind what is actually happening. They're afraid they're going to be found out about something that maybe they may think that they're not enough. They may think that the person may think that they're stupid. They may think that the other person is, or even about themselves, is just not up to par, is not able to keep up with other people. lack of confidence and things like that. But they're afraid of something, so I 100% during the confrontation that I was having, I definitely looked at that. And then it says the mouth of a talebearer is strong and convincing, right? People that tell stories, they're very convincing. And I've also realized that, African way of life has a lot of storytelling, right? But it's not talking about that just storytelling to help somebody learn a lesson. It's really talking about just straight up lies, that's not good. If you're telling some type of a story, say that you're telling a story, and be very aware of the stories that you tell yourself in your head, literally in your ori. That story that just keeps playing over and over and over again. Really be conscious of that. Is it the truth? Is it something that's happening now? Is it something that happened from the past? Are you afraid? And that's why that story keeps repeating, because it's familiar to you and you're afraid of the unknown. Really look at the stories that go on in your head that may bring about procrastination. It may bring about just being stuck. So really, take a look at that. The truthful person is endowed with peace and comfort. People that are just very genuine and just authentic, number one, you can feel it. Number two, is very powerful because they don't have anything to hide. There's nothing else going on anywhere else, right? They're just telling you their perspective. So that is 100% true. I speak the truth and I have peace and comfort. It does bring about peace when you have the truth and you live the truth and you speak the truth. What Ifa is saying a lot in so many different Odus. It talks about, being truthful and honest. And that what I also think about this Odu is that the person who maintains a confrontational stance will find it difficult to lie against another person with an equal confrontational stance. A player knows a player. A player knows a player. And a negative, that's not going to happen. That's not going anywhere. That's not going to help in any way, shape, or form. We must be able to sit in the authentic self. Like one of the meditations that I teach people is that they sit comfortably as much as they possibly can. And then it's as if they are grabbing the shield that they have over their face and they're pulling it down. And I say, just breathe. Just breathe. Don't judge it. Nothing like that at all. Hi, Ayodele. Hi, Anna. Just Arthur. Just pull down the mask. Pull down the negativity. Pull down. Lay it down. You don't need it. Right? So that's in this Odu. It's talking about how confrontations don't go anywhere if you don't listen, if you don't have, generosity, if you don't have if it's not going to bring you peace of mind. But it can bring you peace of mind if you just stop. If you just stop when somebody is arguing with you. Just stop. Don't judge them. Just listen. So, also in this Odu, I think it's also very interesting how it's talking about the mouth of the person. That everybody has to be accountable for their mouths. I know there is sometimes, y'all. Hi, Kyle. I know sometimes, y'all, I have said something and it got me into so much trouble. I don't know if you can raise your hand too, but I have said some things I should not have said, that has gotten me into trouble. I know there's things that I have done in my life that I should just not have done, right? But especially my mouth. I know my mouth can be fire, so I have to be very conscious of what I'm saying. Hi, Glenn. Just very, very conscious of everything I'm saying. very mindful of what I'm praying for and that I'm not cursing somebody, because Eshu is going to send that. Eshu doesn't care what you say. He's going to have to send it in order for the balance, right? Because he's the one moving Ashe and helping with balance. He's the one balancing consequences, be it good or bad. Hi, Rashima. Much love to you and all the work you do. So it's really, really important for us to really be able to be accountable, literally, for our mouths. You know, really be accountable for what we're doing. Just sit for a minute. There's, when somebody told me just sit on the mat, that is a powerful stance. To just sit there quietly. No electronics going, right? Also, that for us to be aware of what we're speaking into existence. Is it peace? Is it principles? Is it fire? Is it hate because of everything that's going on right now? Some unknown something people can catch. Finances going crazy. People having to move in with other family members that they didn't like. All of these things happening. That type of confrontation, if you just sit and reflect and just rethink it and really look at your participation in the confrontation, I promise you, it'll bring peace to you. It will bring peace to your soul when you really look at it, because somebody's trying to tell you their concerns and their pain. So a lot of the Ayewos, right? Some people somebody had actually asked me about Ayewos and to spell it Ayewo. The Ayewos, or some people say Osogbos, some people say Ibis, the negatives, right? So we have to be very careful of confrontation, because it could bring the negatives. It could bring an early death. It can bring sickness or affliction. It could bring loss. It can bring contention or fights. And it can bring what they call a Bogbo Ajagun. So all evil or just negative principles. It can bring those types of things, right? It can bring greed. It can bring jealousy, hate, all of those things. And we should more so be focusing on not getting into a confrontation, to really confront ourselves in the mirror and bring forth the erase, which are long life, which is producing good health, thinking about what we're eating and we're drinking, bringing prosperity of generational wealth. And what does prosperity mean to you? Is it your children? Is it money? Is it land? Is it friendships? What is that prosperity to you? Really looking at that, children and followers of some sort, or being nurturing to people, spouse of good character, and then a responsible person, and Ire Bogbo, or as some people say, Ishegun, which is all the Ire in life, all the victory, and those types of things. Hi, Haru. So, yes, 100% just really thinking of those things. So let's go over just one more time the Ayewos, because I want you also to be able to hear and understand the Irays and the Ayewos that the Babalawos are talking about. Number 1 is death. Number 2, sickness. Number 3, loss. Number 4, contention. Number 5 is all evil principles, or Bogbo Ajegun. Let's go to the erase side. That means the goodness side, something you need to maintain. Long life, which is talking about good health. Prosperity or generational wealth. Really know what that means to you. Number 3 is a spouse. Number 4 is children. Number 5 is victory, or all Ire in life. Hi, Julian. Or all Ire in life, right? So those are what you usually hear the Babalawos saying, right? So also in the Odu that we went over, Ogunde Irete, when it's talking about, just that determination. Sometimes we want something so bad that we go about it in anger. And I'm not saying don't stick up for yourself. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that sometimes our message, our what we want to produce can get lost in the anger, right? Because we're that determined to be able to have it, right? But we have to make sure that we go about it in a truthful way, an honest way, a way that is going to produce better and not just have confrontation for confrontation, right? What is the purpose of that confrontation? Again, what is underneath it? So also looking at the different perspectives of it. And for someone that I was speaking to earlier today, you're on today. Thank you for coming. You're going to know right now who I'm talking about. So you were talking about, that you're having confrontations in your Ilay and things like that are at your temple. And what I would like to suggest is that to really look back at what was your plan. What was your plan when you went to seek help from your temple or Ilay? What was the reason for going to that particular Ilay, right? Because now there's confrontation. Are you really hearing what they say? Do you agree with what they say? Are you understanding what they say? Or is it just kind of general, or just, sometimes teachers can say things and it just runs like just right over our head, So what is it that particular Ilay is trying to convey to you? Or did you come in with a stance that I know? So there's not too much that you can tell me. I just need you to initiate me. What was your plan? And just, I think, rethinking that and reflecting on that will help. Also, hi, Stephanie. Also, why are you so in love with that particular Orisha? What is it that you think you don't have that Orisha is filling? Right? Because the Orisha and the Irumale come to us to help us fill ourselves, right? It works with us. So what is it that you thought that Orisha is going to give you, possibly from you not doing the work that it was needed to be able to, in your mind, be up to par with what is going on? So just really looking at what was your plan? Why that particular Orisha, and looking at what is it that you wanted from that Ilay? What did you think that was going to fill? Was it just a place of education? Is it just a place just to get initiated and you really just want to move on and think you can do it individualistically? Because you can't, because Ifa is communal. Ifa, you can't just read Ifa in a book and then it just go okay. At some point in time, you're going to need someone. And that's what's so great about Ifa, is because, in these particular African ways of life and universal ways of life, it causes us to come together and not judge each other. Also, I also would like to suggest thinking about, were you just coming to visit? Meaning you were just coming to see what Ifa was all about? Or was it really to come and live it? Because that needs to be clear when you go into an Ilay. Are you just there to see and make up your mind? Is that a path that you want to go to? Or is that something that you're already living and you just need a little bit of help? Right? Because in Ifa, one of the things that cuts down on confrontation is studying. Like I tell people, don't take what I just say. Go and research everything that I'm saying, right? Is study, resourceful, having resources, and the relationships, because in Ifa you are building relationships, and confrontations can literally break down relationships very swiftly or over time. It can just completely break it down, right? Even in Otura Ogunda, it talks about how lying befits no one, to make sure that you are be truthful and be honest. Even in that Odu, even in Ofun Ogunda, it says, he who lies, the lies will destroy him. How much are you telling yourself the truth? How much are you having a confrontation with yourself? When you look in the mirror, are you loving? Are you accepting? Are you growing? We all make mistakes. Are you growing? Or are you just confrontation? Are you just argumentative in your own head? I'm serious, y'all. Really take a look at that, because sometimes it's not somebody else. We have 100% drew up in our heads some imaginary enemy, when really we're just upset that we haven't accomplished certain things. We let things just kind of just build up over time, so just really looking at that. And like even also I wanted to mention in Otura Ogunda, it also says the matter painting the Akapo, the Awo, did not pain Ifa. Let me make this clear so you can hear it. I want to make it a little bit palatable. In Otura Ogunda, it says the matter paining the person did not pain Ifa. Ifa is going to keep its strength. Ifa is going to be able to help you. Ifa is going to bring you the peace and the comfort that you need, no matter what type of pain, no matter what type of fear, no matter what you're going through as a human being. But Ifa, it is not paining Ifa. Nobody can curse Ifa. Ifa is Ifa. It's from the universe. It's going to, pull you out of whatever's going on. All of these Irumalays that are primordial, they're going to pull you out of the situation. They're going to make things better. They're going to bring you to love. They're going to have you love yourself more. They're going to have you love other people more. They're going to have you accept things as they are. Right? They're going to literally bring that up. Really look at your family. What are they really trying to tell you? What is it that you really need to see about yourself? Right? So those are the types of also philosophy and understanding I think really needs to happen more in Ifa, more than even rituals. Because if we do a ritual and we don't understand what we're doing, why we're doing it, or things like that, it can cause an argument or a confrontation between the person that's teaching you and you, right? It can cause some type of a battle when we don't understand why we're doing what we're doing, not understanding each and every ingredient. Am I saying that you need to understand everything right then and there? No, but at least have some type of an understanding so your ashe is moving. Your love for your life is moving. You're having the peace that you need, right? So I think it's also really just really important to also look at the confrontations, underneath the confrontations that has been happening just lately, right? Let's look at them. Finances. Jobs are just starting to come back. Some people have not yet been able to go to work, right? My job went down March 4th. I'll never forget that day, right? So really looking at our finances and rethinking and reflecting, what is it that I could do? Do I have 5 streams of income that are still coming in? Right? Do I want to be an entrepreneur? That's another question you can ask yourself. Maybe this particular, when I say that confrontation can bring peace, I'm also talking about how difficulties can bring you into yourself and show you your power and show you and uplift you to be able to do things you thought that you couldn't do. be it become an entrepreneur, bring in another stream of income, be able to, maybe look at other people that are worse off than you and being a little bit more generous and really having gratitude in the position that you're in. So sometimes a confrontation can really just bring you peace. Looking at our homes, where are you living? Who are you living with? Are you with somebody? Are you by yourself? Are you with your family? And really looking at historically what has happened, the confrontations that have happened in the family that is leading up to the confrontation today. Because sometimes the confrontation didn't start right just now. It could be generational. So really rethinking that and looking at that and really listening and identifying what is actually happening, right? Because you need your family. And accepting a person as they are, where they are at the time that they're speaking to you. Right? Sometimes that's difficult. I have a problem with that sometimes. Sometimes I want them to be somewhere else. Or sometimes I think they're not on my level. How dare I? How dare I judge that? I need to be able to accept them where they are and what they're saying, and then it's my choice if I want to continue the conversation or do I want to stop it? Do I want to take it to a confrontation or do I want to prevent it? Right? The calling for peace is real, is very, very real. Also, looking at our habits of how we're living, our consumption. I noticed that over the time of this whole COVID-19 and people losing jobs and all of these different things and moving in with family and friends and things like that, people having roommates, all of these different things, right? That people are now rethinking how much they consume and what they are consuming. Because you can have a conflict in yourself just by something that you eat. I did it. I ate some pizza. It wasn't too good. That didn't work out. It didn't work out too well. I had a conflict in myself in so many ways. So just to be able to look at that, and it shifted my mood. And I ended up having a bit of a confrontation with someone that I normally would not have had a confrontation with. But I realized just even what I ate caused what was happening. So pay attention to what you eat, what you drink. Are you eating vegetables? Are you eating fruit? Are you only eating meat? Are you only drinking alcohol? Are you only drinking coffee? Those types of things. Just step back, because sometimes that can cause a confrontation to just come up in you that normally would not. Also looking at the community, the support system, the family, the friends, the elays that you're involved in. Just really take a look at them. Look at your communication with people. This Odu talking about confrontation, talking about not lying and talking about telling the truth and things like that at all times and stuff. It's really talking about communication. And what type of communication are we having with ourselves? What type of communication are we having with Ifa? Really look at that deeply. Really look at that. What were we expecting Ifa to do that we thought that we didn't have to do ourselves? And did that cause a confrontation amongst you and an Elay, or you and a person in the home, or just with yourself? Just really take a really good look at that, because I want everybody to have peace of mind. I want everybody to have comfort. I want everybody to have, happiness and not have this determination that I have to prove my point. If you ain't gonna see it, right? Sometimes we need to put this down. Sometimes we need to just lay it down and really look at what I am trying to prove or say. Is it based on truth? Is it based on truth? Or is it just a filtered perspective of how I grew up? And now it is triggering something outside of my own personal home into an elay. And just maybe, that particular elay cannot help you. It's real. All elays can't help everybody. Everybody can't even help everybody. You know, sometimes we really need to also, again, take a look at what are we bringing? Are we bringing issues, or are we bringing something to be that is a communication that is able to bring forth love, bring forth peace of mind, bring forth a better relationship? What is it that we're bringing? You know, so really look into the confrontations. Is it the truth? You know, what is it based upon? Look underneath it, those types of things. Because when you do, you will have peace of mind. You just really, really will. You will 100% have peace of mind when you look behind the fights, the confrontations, and those types of things, and how, you know, we may have participated in it. Did we do the work that was necessary? You know, were we following Ifa's principles that are about generosity and trust and love and patience and humility? Were we really practicing that? You know, because Ifa does not work like a microwave, y'all. Yes, Ifa gives gifts very quickly, but sometimes we really have to be patient. And number one, being patient with ourselves, right? So that's what I wanted to really, you know, go over today. That because of the confrontation that I got into, it really brought me into peace once I got quiet. Once I was able to look underneath what was going on, once I was able to own up to my participation in it, you know, not beating up on myself of not being perfect or anything like that, making sure that I grow from it, you know, and just making sure that it's not going to repeat itself, you know. So I really do think that confrontation can bring us peace if we just go to Ifa and just admit our part in the confrontation. So that's today's message. I love you so much. Hi, Bradley. Hi, Stephanie. I love y'all so much. And I really do pray that, especially with all these things happening in the world, that we really look at our participation in where we are today. I thank you. I love you. Peace to Otura Tuka, New York. Peace and love. I miss all of you. I can't wait to see y'all. Peace and love to those of you that are in New York, that are also in Africa. I thank you. I love you so much. Thank you for sending me things in my inbox, telling me that, you know, that you're watching and things like that. So I just want to send you love. So peace and happiness, everybody. See ya.